welcome to the Culinary Academy Cooking Show brought to you by Northside High School. Today we're going to be preparing a tasty lasagna dish, and it's going to be brought to us by Jennifer Parker and Myra Hernandez. So tell me about yourselves, girls.
Actually, we both like cooking from a young age, and our interest in food, you know, great stuff. So we actually jumped to join in the Culinary Academy when we noticed we could join in 9th grade.
Okay. So tell me about your food. Why did you guys choose lasagna today?
It's actually one of the most famous and requested dishes at Northside.
At Northside, you guys prepare this in your Culinary Academy?
Yes, we actually cater for a lot of different places.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about the ingredients. I mean, you guys have everything already set out.
Actually, this is called mise en place.
Excuse me?
Mise en place is a French word for everything in its place.
Okay.
It essentially just means get all your ingredients together and measure it out.
Okay. That's a great way to stay organized. Can you tell me a little bit about this sauce mixture that you have here?
Yeah, of course. This actually has a pound of beef in it, and the tomato paste, diced tomatoes, onions, and garlic.
Okay, and can you tell me what are these ingredients here?
We have 2 cans of large diced tomatoes, 1 small thing of paste, bay leaves, Italian seasoning, ricotta cheese, Parmesan cheese, mozzarella cheese, and a pound of lasagna noodles.
All right. So I heard you mention beef earlier. I was just wondering, do you have to necessarily use beef, or can you use like a vegetarian substitution for this?
Yeah, of course. You don't even have to put beef or any type of meat in it if you don't want to.
Okay. It's so funny. Lasagna is actually one of my favorite dishes, so I'm excited to tune into this. So can you walk me through some of the steps?
Of course. Before we came here, we actually browned a pound of our beef inside a large skillet, and we drained the fat before adding it to the diced tomatoes, the paste, and the onions and the garlic.
All right.
And then after that, we put it all in the slow cooker, of course. And you can either cook this on high for 4 to 5 hours or on low for 8 to 10.
Now, you said I can either do 4 to 10 or 8 to what?
It's actually 4 to 5 on high or 8 to 10 on low.
Does it change the consistency of it?
Actually, I prefer to cook things on low because that way it can simmer for a while and all the flavors blend together nicely.
That sounds great. It sounds very tasty. I'm excited to get started.
Yes, of course. Well, after cooking it, you have to dig through sometimes, and you have to find the bay leaf because that's not something you'd want to have in your food.
So it's just used for flavor. I'm not going to actually use the bay leaf to cook with it. Okay.
Yeah. And then meanwhile, while this is cooking, you should probably get your noodles going. You should have a large pot, decently large, because it needs to hold 3.5 to 4 quarts of water for a pound of noodles. And you want them to be al dente.
And what does al dente mean?
It's actually like a tender noodle. It's not crunchy, but it's also not really soggy and flimsy floppy.
Okay. Now the sauce I see is pre-made. Do you pre-make everything, like the noodles as well, or is it just the sauce because it takes such a long time to make it?
Yeah, it takes quite a long period of time, so we didn't really have time to do it on the show, but we have not made the cheese mixture that we will bake with it later.
Oh, can you walk me through that?
Well, of course we can. Do I go ahead? Thank you. First, you'd use your mozzarella, your Parmesan, your Italian seasoning, and your ricotta. Thank you.
I'm excited already. It smells and sounds tasty.
Well, the ricotta cheese, this is actually 15 ounces, I believe. So really, you only need 8. So about half.
Now, this isn't something that you have to actually measure out since you already know the...
Yeah, not necessarily. I really don't because I already know basic
And you know the
basic
consistency
things.
it's supposed to be, correct?
Yes. And actually this, we already have pre-measured. Okay. This is our mozzarella.
And this goes back to your mise en place, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not going to mix this in. I decided I want to top it with it instead. This, though, is Parmesan, which you do want to mix in.
Okay.
It's 6 ounces. Thank you.
Now, I was just wondering, do you guys always use these 2 types of cheeses, or do you guys ever mix and match, or?
Because these are your basic Italian, for lasagna, Italian type meal, you'd actually want to use these, but I mean, you can always use substitutes if you really felt like it.
And how much Italian seasoning are you guys going to be using today?
It's about 3 tablespoons.
Okay. And you just mix it all together?
Yes, you do. You don't want to have big, large clumps of your Italian seasoning because, I mean, that wouldn't, it'd be weird to have non-consistent cheese, like a big clump of spice. It probably tastes kind of weird.
Now, is this going to be going in with the sauce, or is it just going to be put on top of the lasagna? Like, where exactly is this cheese going?
This is actually going to be baked with it, how we layer it in the end.
Oh, so you layer your lasagna?
Yes.
Okay. So now that we have the cheese mixture, can you walk me into the next step?
Of course. You actually want to preheat your oven.
What degree do you preheat your oven to?
We do 350.
Okay, and this is for the standard at-home oven, correct?
Yes, but actually, since we're in a studio today, we had to bring our convection oven.
But it's still going to cook the same and taste the same and be just as delicious, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Now we'll actually assemble our lasagna. Here you go. And I actually want to make a note real fast that I did not mention before. At our kitchen, we take all procedures to have proper sanitation. So I have washed my hands ahead of time.
So it's okay to use them.
Okay. First, we want to have a nice layer of noodles.
And this is going to go noodle, sauce, cheese, meat, mixture, noodle, sauce, cheese.
Actually, it goes noodles, and then we place some of this cheese.
Okay.
And you want to make sure you spread it out, because you don't want just big clumps of cheese.
This is coming together pretty nice.
Yeah, it actually is. And then after the cheese, you'd want to add your mixture of your meat. And of course, if you're vegetarian, you don't have to, of course, have meat, but that's what we use. About
how many servings does this one recipe yield?
Well, it actually depends all on what you want to eat, but this is about a family. So about probably a leftover, so about 6 to 8 probably.
Okay.
Okay, and then next you just add some of your mixture. And you make sure you want to spread it out because, of course, you don't want clumps again. And from there, you just want to repeat your steps.
Okay. About how many layers do you guys typically do?
Well, a pound of noodles is actually a lot, as you can tell. So you can actually fill it up, you know, just to the pan, because when you put the cheese, the mozzarella that we're going to top it with, it rises when things bake, they rise. So you actually don't want to fill it up too high over the top.
Okay.
This noodle does not want to cooperate with me today. There it goes.
I guess it goes without saying, a little too little goes a long way.
Too little goes a long way. Yep, that's right. Little bit goes a long way. Okay.
Now, earlier you mentioned that the sauce took about 4 to 5 or 8 to 10 hours. How long does it take for the actual lasagna to be done baking?
Actually, we do ours all based on when the cheese melts on top.
Okay, so when it's a little crisp?
Yeah, exactly, because since you've already cooked everything else, you don't want to overcook it or your lasagna will be
burnt.
Yeah, burnt, not good.
And not tasty for me.
Right, not for our host. That's exactly right.
Now the final layer before you top it with the cheese, is it going to be the sauce or the noodles?
It really depends on what you want to do, but I think I'll go ahead and put noodles on top so that I can try and use some more of these noodles that we have. And as you can see, the final step is just to top your lasagna with mozzarella cheese.
And after this, we can go ahead and start baking?
Yes, you can.
What degree is it baked to again?
350.
All right.
And you just want to do it, of course, until the cheese is crispy or just melted.
Just for future references, can you walk me through the ingredients one more good time?
Okay, for the sauce, 2 large cans of diced tomatoes, 1 small can of paste, and a pound of ground beef. And then we have the pound of noodles, 16 ounces, and mozzarella cheese, and ricotta cheese, and Parmesan cheese.
And we take the bay leaves out before we cook it, correct?
Actually, no, you want the bay leaves in here when you're cooking it, but before you assemble the lasagna.
Okay, great.
And that's it. It's that simple.
I know what I'm having for dinner tonight. So this is our final product?
Yes, it is. The cheese is melted, and as you can see, it's brown around the edges.
It looks great, and it smells amazing. It looks like a great way to have a family dinner.
It is. You have to put a lot of time and effort into it, but it's definitely worth it.
It looks well worth it. Well, thank you guys, and we'll be right back with our fridge finds. So if you're looking for a quick, easy snack, you're going to go into our fridge finds. And today I have with me Myra Hernandez and Corey Duhan. So tell me what you guys are going to be making today.
Well, Amari, today we are making pizza bagels, a tasty snack for when hunger attacks.
Sounds delicious.
So for this, we have prepared a bagel. We have 1/4 cup of pizza sauce. We have 1/3 cups of mozzarella cheese and 8 slices of pepperoni.
Okay. Can you guys show me how you're going to prepare it?
Yes. Well, first we have to split our bagel in half. This way we can make 2 pizza bagels.
So 1 bagel is for 2 servings?
Yes.
Okay.
Then we grab our pizza sauce and spread it on in even layers.
Now, just a quick question. Do you guys have to use that particular, like the plain bagel, or can you switch it up and use a different flavor?
You can switch it up, use whatever bagel you would like. Also, for the cheese, you could use different types of cheeses. And if you don't like pepperoni, you could use ham or whatever topping you would actually like.
That's great because I actually love plain cheese pizza. So I might try this with just the cheese and the bagel and the sauce, of course.
Well,
What kind of sauce is this again?
this is pizza sauce. It's pre-made that you could just buy at the store.
That sounds great. It sounds very easy and simple too.
It is. It's very easy for after school or just if you're on a rush. And then you want to sprinkle an even layer of mozzarella cheese on your bagels.
Now, how long does it take to make these, just approximately?
Just until the cheese is melted.
Okay.
Now you want to put them on your baking sheet and get them on the oven.
Are we adding the pepperoni before or after?
Oh, wait. Yeah, we can add the pepperoni. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Thought you were making those ones for me, and I told you I only like cheese.
I mean, we could. You want to add 4 slices of pepperoni on each. That way you have...
It's not too much, not too little?
Not too much, not too little.
Looks great.
A bite of pepperoni on each.
And then what degree does the oven have to be on to melt the cheese?
The oven has to be at 350.
Okay.
Yes. There you go.
This was a terrific, easy to make snack for especially when you're coming home from school, guys.
Yes, definitely. It's an easy snack for kids, but you must remember kids must have adult supervision when
Yes.
using the oven so they don't get hurt. And washing your hands before and after touching the food. And, you know, that's...
It looks great. Can we go over the recipe one more time? I mean, I want to know how to make this when I get home.
Yes, we need 2 bagels, 1/4 cup of pizza sauce, 1/3 cup of shredded mozzarella cheese, and 8 slices of pepperoni.
Well, it looks and sounds fantastic, and we'll be right back with another Fridge Finds. And now we're going to switch it up just a little by using fruit. Dallas Romano and Natalie Brown, tell us what we're going to be making today.
Today we're going to be making a healthy fruit salad. We're going to put mangoes, kiwis, a healthy yogurt, banana, and strawberries.
That sounds delicious.
And it's always important when cooking with ready-to-eat foods to wash your hands and to wash them.
Okay.
So now that everything is washed off, we're going to start with our strawberries.
Oh, these look juicy.
When you hold the knife, you want to hold it on the handle. You never want your fingers on the blade.
Okay.
And then you want to paw the fruit so you don't cut yourself.
So I see you're using kind of a rocking motion. Do you do this with everything you're cutting, or is it just fruits?
It's pretty much used with everything that we cut because it allows you to get a nice and clean cut on it.
Okay.
Because you don't want like those ridges on it.
And it looks really safe. You're not going straight down or making the juice come out of the fruit. It looks really good.
And you always want to keep your knives nice and sharp. And keeping them sharp, it allows like a cleaner cut, and it doesn't have any ridges. It allows for a safer cut in a sense.
So can you substitute different fruits within this?
Yes, it all depends on your preference. Like say if you don't like one of these fruits, you can pretty much substitute any fruit. Like you could add grapes or anything to it.
This sounds great.
Next, we're gonna use the mango.
And these were already pre-washed, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Peeled and pre-washed. Now a mango has a seed, so you want to cut around the edges.
Okay. These look nice and fresh. I like how you're doing these uniform cuts so that when I am able to try it, it's all going to taste very clean and the same.
Mm-hmm. And it allows for all your fruits to kind of blend together.
Now, how long have you been in culinary?
I have been in culinary for about 2 years now, and I really enjoy it. I've always enjoyed cooking since I was a little girl. And when I came to Northside, I found out that they had a culinary academy, and I could not wait to join.
Sounds really nice.
So now that I'm finishing up with my mango, I'm going to now add kiwi. And kiwis, you want to peel them because of the furry skin that are on the outside.
I really am loving your selection of fruits because they are balancing each other out.
Yes, they do.
The mangoes is giving the kiwi and the strawberries a little sweet taste, and it's all going to tie together. I'm really, really anticipating this.
And this allows like a bunch of different colors. It's a color variety and different taste and texture variety as well. Now I'm going to cut my other kiwi.
And none of these fruits have to come in certain sizes, do they? It's all depending on how much you want, or how, more or less.
And then depending on how much fruit you have is
really what you're able to make.
It's pretty much all your preference. Just depends on how you feel. And then now that we're done with the kiwi, we're going to move on to the banana.
Are you going to use the whole banana or?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to peel our banana. And then we're just going to make like little thin slices. You don't want them too thin because then it just kind of washes out.
Yeah.
So now we're going to add the banana to our fruit mixture. And then
This looks so great.
once we add the banana, we are now going to add our yogurt.
Now, is there a specific type of yogurt that you have to use, or?
No, it's pretty much just your preference.
Okay.
You could use low-fat yogurt. You could use any kind of yogurt. It just all depends on what yogurt you like.
And what is usually served with fruit salads?
You can serve it by itself, or you can add like you can have it as like a side dish, or like any. Pretty much, it could be served with anything.
Okay.
And then we're just gonna stir it up.
It looks so colorful and refreshing.
And we're just gonna stir it up to get them all coated with the yogurt. And it makes for a very, very good like after school snack, a quick snack.
Do you know what would go great with this? Granola.
It
Granola
would.
would go great.
It would. And then once we're done mixing, we're gonna put it into our nice little glass bowl here. And then there's your fruit salad.
Voila.
Nice, quick, and easy.
That was probably the simplest thing I know how to make now. Well, thank you guys. I really appreciate this quick little tip, and we'll be right back with fridge finds. Hi, welcome back to the Culinary Academy Cooking Show presented to you by Northside High School. Today, in our last couple segments, we have been showcasing a couple quick, easy-to-make snacks that you can find around your house, and they're very nutritious. A couple of chefs that I have with me today are Desiree Floyd and the beautiful Natalie Marinon. Can you show me what we're going to be making today?
Well, today we're actually making mini apple sandwiches. And the first step that we want to take is to wash our hands, which was already done beforehand.
Very important.
So we have a green apple, milk chocolate, raisins, almond butter, and granola. And I have an actual apple cutter here too. So first, we already pre-cut the apple with the apple cutter. And first what you want to do is take the almond butter. So could you hand me that?
And the apples are already pre-washed, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Take a little bit.
Now today you guys have granola, raisins, and chocolate chips, you said? Mm-hmm. Are you allowed to substitute what goes on it, or does it?
Yeah, you can use anything. You can use white chocolate. You could change it up anyways. It's still going to be delicious.
And you can use like peanuts and stuff, correct? Mm-hmm. Instead of granola? Okay. Now, in the past when you guys have made this before, do you guys always use green apples, or do you use yellow, red, or?
It really just depends on what mood you're in. You can have red apples, any type of apples. It's really still going to be really good.
Good thing I'm in a green apple mood.
And now we're going to pass me the raisins, Natalie. Thank you. And last but not least, we're going to put some milk chocolate chips up there.
What sounds great about this is how you have the granola to give it the little crunch. The chocolate chips sound very sweet, and then the raisins just make it healthy. It sounds like it's going to be really great.
Mm-hmm. And Amar, you know the best part about these apple sandwiches?
What?
Is just putting it all together. So what you're going to do is just push it together.
And you just eat it like a normal apple?
Yes, that's what you do.
It seems light and refreshing. This sounds so great, Desiree. Well, thank you guys for showing me how to make these great apple sandwiches, and we'll be right back with fridge finds. Now, on our final fridge finds, I have Tiana Barfield and Shaylin Norell. Can you tell us what we're going to be making?
Yes, we are making a popcorn trail mix, and the ingredients for this trail mix that you will need is 2 cups of popcorn, half a cup of almonds, half a cup of sunflower seeds, a 1/4 cup of chocolate chips, and a 1/4 cup of cranberries, and 2 tablespoons of honey.
This sounds like my type of snack.
Yes, it's very delicious. So we're going to start off. We're going to have the 2 cups of popcorn. And we're going to pour it into our mixing bowl. And then we're going to take our half a cup of sunflower seeds.
Now, before you go on, does it matter what type of popcorn we use, or does it have to be buttered, unsalted, like?
No, you can use any popcorn that you want.
Okay.
You can use
Cheddar popcorn?
Yeah, cheddar popcorn. And then we're going to take our half a cup of almonds. And the same with like everything. You put anything that you want in here just to make it your own and very personalize it and everything.
So it can be peanuts rather than walnuts,
yes,
or almonds, or. It sounds very delicious.
Can you give me the chocolate, please? Thank you. And the cranberries. Now before we add the honey, we're just going to mix it all just so it's nice and
And the honey is what's used to tie it all together and give it the actual sweetness to the trail mix, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And last but not least, we're gonna add the honey, kind of.
Wow, this looks delicious.
Try to get all of it so we're not losing any.
And do you know how many this serves? Like, is it a one-person thing, 2 people?
I would say about 2 people.
Okay.
Just give it one last stir. And then we're gonna take our serving bowl.
I really like how you guys didn't put too much honey in it because I don't want it to be too sticky, and because it's kind of like a finger food.
Yes, because you don't, like, say this is like really on the go snack, so you don't want to have it in the car and your hands are all sticky and you're touching the doors and everything.
Put it in the Tupperware and go.
Yep. And
Wow, this looks really great, guys. Do you mind if I try some?
go ahead.
The honey makes it taste really good. I really like it. And we'll see you guys next time.